Welcome to the session tonight. It's tonight, huh? And just a brief reminder of what we were covering yesterday. Yesterday we were covering about the homepage. How many people have been able to maybe create their homepage? Like if you've been able to create your homepage, how many people have been able to create like their homepage? You've been able to create your homepage properly using Elementor. If you have, you can share the link on the WhatsApp group so that I can see what you have created. So I haven't seen anyone yet who has shared, but please, if you have, please share your link so that we can actually have a review. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we covered something quite interesting. We were talking about how to use the Elementor Page Builder. And that is the same thing we're going to be tackling today. That is the same thing that we're going to be tackling today. And yesterday, I think I had shown you, I had guided you on how to create a very simple website copy using ChatGPT. How many people are able to create like a copy of their website pages? Anyone who was able to create like a copy of their website page? Anyone? Anyone who was able to create a copy? Okay, I don't know, why is mine? I am looking for mine at the moment. Let me see where it is. Good, here it is. Okay, so this is like a copy I had created yesterday for the homepage. We were able to create like a meta description. Yeah, meta description for the website copy. Let me highlight it like that and change the color to something like white. Let me select that. It's going to change. That is a meta description. And then we have the SEO focus phrase. Okay. We created like a tab. What I do, I specialize in number 1, web design and development. Now, if you want to edit your page, like for example, let me show you something over here. If you want to edit your page with Elementor, you can actually just open up the website. And then at the top over here, you click on edit with Elementor. All right. You can do something like that. Yeah. It's a very, very good alternative that helps you like when you want to edit your page fast. Here are a few things that you also need to remember. We talked about padding yesterday. So like if you look at padding, you realize that we set some values on padding. So if you click on this tab over here, which allows you to edit the container, and then you click on the advanced tab, you can easily set up your padding values very easily. And the padding values are responsive on various devices. So if you shift between tablet devices and you shift to mobile devices, they are all different. Now, this is something we covered yesterday. Also, like let me show you something else. You see, this is a container that is harboring 2 containers. So I can click on this container over here. You see this container? Edit container. If I click on it, I can also come, click on the advanced tab, and probably set a padding of something like 15. You see, it has added a space inside. You can set that kind of a padding. Like you can even say, let's say 20. For all through. 20 top, right, bottom, left. You can adjust it like this. If you want to adjust it, you can adjust it like this. Yeah. Feel free to play around with it. Like you can do something like that. For me, let's say we work with a value of 25 for the padding for the content box. And then after we do that, we can change this again to tablet devices and say probably with this one, we want to have a value of like 15. And then we can change to mobile portrait devices. And then we change the value to something like a padding of 10 so that we can have something like that. And then after doing all that, we don't have to do again in all the containers. I can come, right click on this, copy, and then I'm going to click over here, right click, and then I'm going to click on paste style. All right. You can do something like that. All right. But feel free to actually just try it and see it. For me, I would like to leave it on the text so I can come and click on paste style over here so that we can just add that padding, paste the style. Okay. So we have something like this up to this particular point, and you can publish your changes and preview them. Ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Tuko pamoja. Are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Remember, we have the chat section, so you can throw your question if you would like to ask any question. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is we had created some content over here. Let me just look at this particular content. We had talked about what I do. I specialize in these particular services. And then we have this particular tab. This tab, I had written why I do it. I can come over here, like I scroll down. Why I do it, I can select like this. Let's say I want to change this image. I can change the image very simply. I just need to click on over here on choose image. And probably I can select like this is a different image. Select it and just upload it like that. Well, probably I can say that I just want to retain the settings that were there. So this is the image that I've actually gotten to use. All right. You can copy the padding. Like for example, I can come, right click on this tab, copy the style, right click on this container, and then click on paste style. All right. We can do something like that, but you don't really have to. You don't really have to. So we can select this. Also select, like if you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, is there anyone who would like to unmute and tell me something? If a container has a width of 100%, and I have 2 containers inside it, who can tell me the size of the width of each container? I have 2 containers inside one container that is 100, that has a width of 100 pixels. Or let's say you have a width of 100. Let's say this container, let me just take a very brief assumption. If you look at this container from here all the way to the end over here, that's 100. Inside it are 2 containers. I want you to say this, ladies and gentlemen. Are 2 containers. This one is going to be what? Who can tell me this container? This first container is going to have a width of what? Anyone unmute yourself? Yes?
50.
50, exactly. 50 pixels. And the other one?
50.
The other one is going to be 50. What if we had one of them like, okay, let me just use a better version to explain this. So let me draw this rectangle over there. This is going to be illustrating my container. Sorry, it's disappearing with haraka sijui kuona sijui mbona inapotea haraka hivyo. So this is the container itself. Inside it is 2 containers. That is actually what we are trying to cover. So like for example, let me redraw this again. 2 containers. This container can be 40 pixels. Let me get a pen. It can be 40 pixels. And this one can be 60 pixels. All right. You can also have like one probably. Let's draw it again. We can have another container. All right. Has container number 1, container number 2, container number 3. And now we realize that this one is going to be 33 pixels, something like that. 33 pixels. All right. As long as the entire, if you move from end to end, if you move from this part all the way to this part, you're going to get a value of 100 pixels. All right. That is actually what we mean. So anytime we're talking about a container, ladies and gentlemen, like if you look at this, if I click on this, let me just remove my pencil over here. If I click on this, let me just remove this. If I click on this, I can come and change the width to something like 50 pixels. All right. And then I can also select this and say that I want it to be 50 pixels, 50%. The percentage is 50. So if I come and right click and copy over here and paste the style, you can easily do something like that. Okay. So you want to make sure, because like, let me show you something. If we change this to a value of like 80, you realize it's extending to the far end, right? And it is not looking very good. If I publish these changes and then I come to my website over here and preview, I want you to see what we are getting. You can see that this one is already stretching out. Okay. It's not looking very good. So the thing is, you want to maintain a valuation of 50 pixels all through. So I can go ahead again. Like for example, let me come and copy this style, paste it over here again, and also paste the style over here again, paste it here again, paste it over here again. You can do that in all your, basically in all your containers. And now if you look at this, I want you to see this. It's looking very clean, very nice. And ideally, I don't think we really need these images up here. So let me show you something else. If for example, you want to remove a container from where it is, you can drag it. You can move like this one. Like for example, I can decide and come and select like this one. I select these and probably drag it and move it down. I can easily move it down here. So how do I do that? I will come, select this, scrolling down, nileta tu chini pole pole, and then I drop it over there. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen. And then I click on publish to maybe make sure that my changes are there. So if I come over here, you can see already. Hi, I'm Elvis Warutumo, web designer, nini. What I do. You can see you're already getting like a clean design, right? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen, up to that particular point? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? I just want to know if we are together. Perfect. So this is our homepage that we were editing yesterday. So this one is the tab on why I do it. We had some information over there, who I work with. For example, let's say I want to add a tab on who I work with. I can come, probably, let's even say, I just want to add it down below this. I can come, copy this one, copy this container, copy it, and then I come over here. When I select this one, I can click on the plus sign. Then I will right click over here, and then I'm going to click on paste. Okay? So I have pasted an entire container without having to create it. Now, I can come and delete this. Probably I don't want to use that. And then I can do something like this. Now I want you to see this. I can come, select this container, right click on it, and duplicate it. So I've made another copy of it just next to it. All right? And then here's the thing. We can select a container, like we can select like this one. You see we've selected it. I can come and click on style. All right? Click on the background type, which is classic. And I can select one of the colors from my brand. So probably I can do with, probably I say I want to work with this. Okay? And then I can come and select the second one over here. And then I come and click on style. Click on classic over here. Color, I can probably go ahead and choose this one. Okay? Now probably you might be wondering, this spacing that is currently existent over here. If you click on this tab over here, you have the ability to add like a gap. You can add a gap. Like you can link the values together. You can say that you probably want to increase the spacing. You can increase the spacing in any manner that you'd like to have. For example, you can have a spacing of like 10 pixels. You can have a spacing of 20 pixels, depending on what you want to have. Okay? So that's something you can do. Also, responsiveness. You can change this to 15 on tablet devices. Select this and change it to now 10. And now you have something like this. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Are we still together? I hope we're flowing together. I really do hope that we are flowing together. So now, if you look at this thing that we have over here, if you look at this particular column, this one is composed of an image. It has this image, and we have a heading. This is a heading. All right. And then after the heading, we have some text down here. All right. That is the section itself. But now in this one, the second one over here, you realized that now instead of having an image and some text, we have this part, this tab over here, and this other tab. So these two containers are meant to hold like a heading and some text. So it is not really mandatory that we have an image over here, and then we have some text over here with a heading. All right? You can have something like this. I'm hoping that you guys can actually be able to see when I scribble, the reason as to why I'm scribbling is so that you can actually get to easily understand. Are we still together up to that point, ladies and gentlemen? Tuko pamoja. Perfect. So I can come easily over here, and I can come and say the first thing is who I work with. Copy this, and I'm going to come over here and paste it. Who I work with. Then I'm going to come over here. I work with blah, 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 all this. Copy that text. And then I'm going to just come and paste it like this. So I work with entrepreneurs, all this. Probably because of the formatting. If you realize that you have some formatting in your text, you can always right click and click on paste as plain text. Okay? So now it's easy for you to come and select like these. These are the important stuff. This one over here. I work with entrepreneurs, because if you look at your document, these ones are actually numbered. If you look at this. So I will select all of them, and then I'm going to say it's a numbered list. So we can have something like that. We can even decide to make these bold, entrepreneurs. All right. We can say we have freelancers. All right. We say coaches and consultants, who want websites. We can also say small businesses. We can also say professionals, all this. And then I think the color is visible. So the next tab is what it is to work like with me, what it is to work with me. I can select this, copy it, come over here, select this, delete, paste that. And then the next thing is this particular text, which is this one. I'm going to select it as it is, come over here, select this, Control and A to select all. That is what I'm doing. Control and A or Command and A. Delete all that. Right click. And I can say paste. So if you find such a formatting, probably you can just delete this, enter. Delete this, enter. And then finally delete this, enter. So you're going to have something like that. And then now, if you look at this and this, you realize that the heading is quite big. So you can come and select this, click on style, and then you can click on typography and start reducing the font. Pole pole too, just very slowly. You're going to have something like that. It's also easy for you to come and click on style, click on your global colors over here, select the title to have that specific color. You then select the text over here and change the color to something like white. And you're going to have something like that, ladies and gentlemen. Then we click on publish. So after clicking on publish, let's preview our changes. So we're going to scroll down just a little bit. You see how it's actually coming up. Who I work with, it's really like you can easily get to see very nice information. Inspect for responsiveness. We can check now. I shifted to tablet devices. So I can probably select this, typography, and reduce the font just a little bit so that we can have something like that. Okay? Mobile devices. So let me just scroll down. Who I work with, I can select this, reduce the font size. You don't have to have a heading that is so big. Then click on publish your changes to make sure that everything you've done is actually published. Are we together up to that point, ladies and gentlemen? Are we still flowing together? I hope we are. If you want to check whether your website structure is fine, you can always come to click on page settings, and then you come and click on Yoast SEO. If you look at this tab, it shows you your SEO analysis. All right. It tells you everything about what is happening with your page currently, whether the SEO is good. Well, normally most of the time, when you see this marker, when you see it in orange, I think it's orange, it means it's okay. But if it's in green, it's actually very good. There's also one very important thing called readability analysis. Readability analysis is how convenient it is for someone to read the content in your website. I want you to look at this. Look at this particular text. Is it easy for you to read? Is it easy for you to read? Stanley, when you're opening this content, is it easy for you to read through? Are you feeling?
Yeah, it is.
It is easy. Elizabeth, when you're reading this, is it easy for you to read? Is Elizabeth here with us? Let me look for someone else. Wycliffe. Wycliffe was the first person in class today. Wycliffe, when you're reading this, is it easy for you to sift through?
Yes.
As you can see, is Marion over here? Marion, when you're reading this, is it easy for you to read through?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how about, let me open this other page. How about this? I want you to tell me what you think about this. Is it easy? Is it easy for you to read this? Do you feel a little bit of a difference? Stanley, what do you think about this?
Yeah, this one is a bit okay. It's not as easy as the other one because when it comes to coloring, the other one has some good colors that is a bit better on the eye.
Yeah, because if you open these two, like if you open this, I want you to see when you read this, there's a kind of feeling you're getting. When you're reading through this, you're feeling happy. But when I open this, all of a sudden, it's like your heart isn't even, you don't want to read it.
Yeah, the mood goes low.
Yeah, and if you check, like if you come and edit your page, and you check your readability analysis, if you come over here, it's still saying it's green. It's okay. The readability is good, but you realize that this one happens to be better. This one happens to be better. Like you're not feeling tired. So anytime you're creating a website, ladies and gentlemen, I think one of the things you have to remember is create a website that someone doesn't have to struggle to read through. Like if someone wants to understand what you do, they can easily scroll down and see, oh, okay, so this person does this. Oh, the website seems to be very simple. Doesn't have your website should basically just communicate. Okay. So let me just go back to editing my homepage. I can even do something like I can click on this tab to edit the container. And then I'm going to click on border over here. There's a tab written border. And I can add something we refer to as a border radius. Let's do a border radius of 50. You can see you're getting something like that. So if you're probably wondering how you add a border radius, that's how you do it. Okay. So we can have a border radius for PC. We can have something like that. And then for this one now, we can change it to something like for tablet devices. But I don't know why. I'm not a person who likes the border radius. I kind of like when my website is like just very simple, very neat. That's something I prefer, unless a client says that niokeyo madoido, yeah. But I like when it is like that. So I'm going to move on to the next section. Services breakdown. That is breaking down all the various services I provide. Okay.
Sorry, mister.
Yes.
In the previous containers, it seems one of the container is little bit small, the right one.
Oh, this one.
Yes, the right one.
The reason it is small is because of the content. The content over here.
Yes.
The content over here is more like it's just basically the size of the content. We can reduce the size of the heading to see if we can change that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's now like gotten a little bit similar.
Yes.
Because if I can come over here, let me change the color of this one over here. Let me just change the color to something like that. Let me try and see whether it's if I draw a ruler, if it's going to make sense. It seems as if they are on the same line. Eh? So right now, yeah. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, the spacing, the alignment is actually very, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see. Okay, so that's just basically it. So we can move on to the next thing, which is services breakdown. We have the various services I probably provide, which is web design and web development. Now, for this, we don't really have to do much. Like, for example, I can do this. I can come. Let me say I can come and copy this section, right click on it, copy it, and then click on top of this one, right click on it, and then I want to click on paste. Okay. I can delete this container. I don't need it for now. Now, when for example, now if I select this container, you realize that the width is 50%. So I can change the width and make it 100% so that it fills the entire part over there. Okay. And then now I can click on this container at the top, this tab over here. And then I can click on style. and probably change the color. I can decide to use one of the colors over here. Okay, so this is like we want to break down the various services I provide. Like for example, I can say service number 1 is web design and web development. Copy it. I can come and paste it over here. Web design and web development. All right. And then I can come, probably I can select this font. Like I can probably say I want to use this font size. Copy it and paste the style. All right. So this one is web design and development. Over here, I can select this, right click, copy, then come and select this text, delete it, right click, paste. Okay, we can then move on. Like for example, you see this is a container already. I can come, right click on it, duplicate it. But the thing is, it's going to be duplicated on the other side. Why? Because at the main container settings over here, I didn't come and click on the layout and say that now I don't want my text moving in this direction. I don't want my text moving in this direction, right? I want my text, let me just select my pencil. I don't want my text moving in this direction. I want my text moving vertically. So what I will do is that you can see there's a small button over there. Are some directional elements over here that you can actually see. So the thing I will do, I will come, select, edit the container, and now change the alignment to be vertical. So as you can see now, everything is going to be moving down. I can also be a little bit brilliant. So let's say I don't want to use this color. You see this color over here? I don't want to use it over here again, but I would like this color, to use this color, yes, but with a reduced opacity. Opacity. So someone might ask you, what is opacity? Opacity is basically the transparency of a color, okay, or the visibility. So I can come, select this tab, this one over here, edit container. I'm then going to come and click on style. Then I click on the color picker. And as you can see, just down here where you're able to select the colors, like this one allows you to select the colors, there's another tab over here, down here, that allows you to make those adjustments of opacity. Okay? If you look at it, this one over here, this one, let me highlight it for you. This one. This is what you're looking for. So if I select it, let me show you. If I select it like this, just select it and drag it, you can see that the color is fading a little bit, and it's good. So we can leave it up to that particular point. Okay? And then we move on to the next service, which is content creation and digital strategy. Copy it. Come back. Select this. Delete that. Paste that. Move again. Select that. Copy. Select these again. Delete that. Paste. Then we duplicate the container again, this one over here. So I'm going to right click and then I'm going to click on duplicate. So it's going to create another container down there. I move on to the next service, which is SEO and enhanced marketing. Copy that. And then I come over here, select this, paste that. Come back again, copy this, select this, delete that, paste. I can probably decide to just change the numbering a little bit. My formatting using Microsoft Docs was a bit of a problem. I can then move on. Like for example, I can then decide to duplicate this again. All right, when I duplicate it, I copy this, freelancing and remote work mentorship. Select this, paste it. Copy this, come again over here, delete that and paste. Duplicate. So as you can see, you don't have to code LinkedIn growth, LinkedIn branding and growth. Paste that. copy this again, and then I just come delete that and paste. And then I'm going to click on publish. So now if I come and check my website again, so let me just scroll down. Let's see what we have done. You can see already web design and web development, content creation and strategy, SEO and AI marketing, freelancing and remote work mentorship, LinkedIn branding and growth. You can already see that, ladies and gentlemen. You can already see that it's actually coming out so well. In fact, to make it even better for you, the thing you can do is probably try and log into the website. Just try and open the website on a mobile device. Anyone, just try and open the website on a mobile device. Like if you have your smartphone, try and open it up. Yeah, you just try and open it up. You can try and open it up and tell me what you actually get to see. Because you can also come over here, click on mobile portrait devices and see how it's actually opening up. And let me actually try and open up on the website on my phone.co.ke. Okay, so let me try and scroll down. Why I do it, who I work with. Okay, it's very seamless. Like you are able to see everything so well, right? You are able to see everything so well. Check again. You see? So when it comes to you creating your website, you don't really have to struggle. You don't really have to struggle. So I can move on again. What sets me apart? Okay? I can come again. Let me show you something. I can come, for example. Now I can borrow one of the sections over here. I can come, right click on this and copy it. Click over here, right click, paste. Choose image. I'm going to select a little bit of a different image. Like for example, I can decide to work with this image. Select. And then what I'm actually going to say now is this part over here. What sets me apart? Copy that. And then I'll come over here and paste it like that. Next thing I'll do is I'll come and copy this text again, control and copy, select that, and paste my text. So we have something like this. So let me just delete this and just have something like that. Perfect. This is about what sets me apart. I can then go ahead and do something like, for example, you don't have to create new containers. I can come and then copy this tab. Copy it. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of an interesting thing. Add container. Right click. Paste. All right. And then I'm going to select this tab over here. Click on choose image. And I can come and select, like, I don't know which image is the best. I can come and select this one. Click on select. Now, the next tab should be brands I have worked with. So which is this one. Copy the heading. Select this. Paste that title over there. And then I can say I can copy this brands I have partnered with forward thinkers, something like that. Select this, delete it, right click, paste. When we were talking about web design, ladies and gentlemen, you remember we talked about using Elementor to design websites. How? You can remind me that word I used. Anyone who would like to tell me which word I used? When you're creating websites with Elementor, how do you build your websites? Who can remind me? Visually. The word was visually. You design your website visually. Like if you look at this, I want you to look at this. It's very, very simple. In fact, if I come and click over here on edit container, and then I click on style, I can style it in a different manner. I can add something we refer to as a gradient. Now, in the gradient, I can select two colors. An example is, I'm going to click on this. I can say I want to maintain that color. That is going to be the first color. For the second color, I can decide to go with this one over here. You see, you're able to create a gradient, and you can adjust it in any manner. You can adjust it. You can adjust the location of the first color. You can also adjust the location of the second color, depending on your preference. And then you can also adjust your angle. You can see how the angle is actually coming up. So you are able to design your website visually, publish your changes. So now if I come back over here, if I scroll down, you can see brands I have worked with. Okay. Next thing is this. We have some more information over here, results you can expect. So this one is results you can expect. Like for example, let's say, let's look at this and say something like, for example, what can we really do? Like if you look at this, let's be a little bit of a unique breed. What if we try to duplicate this? We make this a little bit smaller. We make it a little bit smaller. And then we right click and duplicate it. And then we move it down here. And then we come and copy this text. Results you can expect. Okay. Then we come over here, paste that title. And then we duplicate this. Results you can expect. Then probably select this, right click on it, copy, come back over here, and let me paste that. Yeah. So I have changed the numbering style. Well, I think it looks good. So let's check on responsiveness. Yeah, it's a little bit big, so I'm going to style this. Make it a little bit smaller like that. Then right click, copy. You don't have to do the same over here. You just paste the style. Mobile devices. Let's see how it's actually looking like. Brands I have worked with. We can reduce the font size just a little bit. And then we have something like that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you can click on publish and just actualize all your changes. Results you can expect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how many people are still together with me up to that point? How many people are still together with me up to that point? Joel, go ahead, ask your question.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't meaning to ask.
Okay. Now, the final thing that we'll cover tonight is this. We installed a plugin called a contact form. What is a contact form? A contact form allows you to have the ability to get people to reach out to you if they have inquiries. So the plugin that you use for that is called the contact form. And the contact form plugin that we installed is called Contact Form 7. Okay? Now, with this, you might have to write some simple code. All right? Like if you look at this, if you click on edit, you are able to edit that container. Like if you look at this, all this is code. All right? All this is code that might be a little bit surprising and ununderstandable to you. All right? But I always tell people that you don't have to worry. ChatGPT is your friend. So I'm going to come to ChatGPT. Open this up. Click over here. And I had opened this tab over here, which is that one. And I'm actually just going to write this down. I want you to see what I'll do. I am creating a contact form for my website. I am using WordPress, and the plugin I am using is Contact Form 7. Help me create the perfect code for the contact form with a drop down showing 7 of the services I offer. Add necessary elements into the contact form. Then we hit enter. So very quick, ChatGPT is going to understand what you're looking for, and it's going to help you generate the code. Below is a complete and professional. So it's going to write down the code for you. You can see this, ladies and gentlemen. All these has been generated for you. So all you have to do is come and click on copy. Copy. Come back over here. Select all this, delete it, and paste what you've actually created. And then you can easily come and rename your contact form. I can say Elvis Warutumo contact form 2025. And then we click on save. And now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that is appearing over here in the form of a code. All right? It's appearing over here in the form of a code. So this is what we will copy. We will copy it. And then we will come over here. We will look for one of the pages. Let me come and click on this one and copy it. Let me do away with this for now. Right click on this, paste. I can select this image, choose image, and I can look for a good image that is trying to lure people to come and contact me. So I can probably select like which image. I think I can select, I don't know the best image over here, but let me go with this one. Select it. And I can say the resolution remains to be full. So we have something like that. I'm going to select my text and say, contact me today. Okay. And then I'll delete this. I'll delete this text. And now here's how you actually get a little bit creative with WordPress. You copy this code as it is, and then you come over here. You will add an element called, if you come and search for a widget called code, you'll be able to drag this one called shortcode. You drag it and drop it over there. After you do that, you will paste that code, and as you can see, everything has been added over here. If you don't want this image, you just right click on this tab, delete it. Okay. Then you select this tab over here and make it like probably 80, or you can even make it 100 depending on your preference. So this one allows people to contact you. In fact, you can select this container and reduce the width like this. You can reduce the width, make it a little bit smaller. Contact me today. And then we click on publish. So right now, if you come to my website, you will come and see something very, very comprehensive. Enter your full name. What do you need help with? Probably web design. Subject. Inquiry. And you see ChatGPT was very good. You can say, tell me about your project. I need a website. And then I just click on send. So what happens is when you send that message, it is going to come to me directly. Okay? So you can just give it a few seconds as it loads up. I don't know if this is the right, I'm using the preview page. So what I'll do, let me try and refresh this. I'm going to come over here and try and create a contact form. Probably, let me say, my name is James Getau. My email address is info@elvisw.online. Phone number. What do you need help? SEO optimization. I need inquiry. Please, I can say something like, please assist me. And then I click on send the message. I don't know if it's going to go through right now. Oh, there is a setting I didn't set. Let me just come back over here. If you come back to your settings, and anyone can register, you need to enable that so that we click on save changes. I hope it's going to work right now. Acceptance of your consent. Let me see contact forms. This one over here. This one is currently existent. Okay. I think I'll check on that. But that's how you basically get to create a contact form. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me a bit about yourself. Label, acceptance. Let's remove this message and then click on save. We don't need that one for now. Let me try and refresh now and see whether it's actually going to work. Let me put in these details and see. Inquiry. Help me. Let's see if the message is actually going to be sent. Still a bit of a problem. Okay. But that's how you actually get to create your contact form, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and understand why we're getting that particular error, but you can actually create a contact form on your end. Email, required email, all this, okay? I don't know why I'm getting that particular issue. I don't know why I'm getting that particular issue, but it soon should be sorted, yeah? So that's basically how you create your contact form. And like, for example, if I actually tried and checked my the email address that has been used. So like, for example, if I go to my email accounts, if you try and contact me, all the information, like if you send me like an email, I'm able to check using I'm able to receive the email directly at the back end. I can actually come and check. Oh, this is someone who's already, who is this? Oh, this one was testing. There were quite a number. You can also check your junk email to see whether you have anything. This is greetings. Yeah. So anytime like someone tries to contact you using the contact form, all the details will be sent. Like, for example, you need to understand that all the details will actually be sent to the registered email address. Yeah. So you can probably go ahead and try that out and see whether it's actually going to work. If it doesn't work, there's another plugin. There are so many other plugins that actually exist. There's a plugin called, like if you search for contact form, you can easily get another different contact form. WP Forms happens to be another great solution. Like you can also install this one. This one is called WP Forms. All right. It allows you to create a very nice, very, very simple contact form that you can easily allow people, to contact you directly. So I'm going to create this particular, I'm going to try and install this. So I'm going to create my first form using WP Forms. It's an amazing plugin by the way, that allows you to get contacted by people. Like I can come and say that I just want to use this particular template of a very simple contact form. Yeah. So this one allows people, is going to contact you by name, email, comment, or message, something like that. So we can probably say that you want to add, so the name, we can select the name and say that we want the name to be very simple. Email, all right. So if we go back to the fields again, we can click on add fields, sorry. So let me just go back to the fields themselves. I can come and probably say that I can add a drop down. Yeah, I can add a drop down where people will now come and select what they want to. Like if I select this, I can select and say that your inquiry. So the first choice is going to be web design. The second one is going to be search engine optimization. And then the last choice is going to be personal branding. We can have something like that. And then you can say something like a general message. I think probably we can also add another different field over here. We can say that we want to add a what? We have name, email. I don't know if it's numbers, phone numbers or something like that. But let's see if numbers is actually going to work. So you select this, and then we can say phone number, and then we make it required. So if you do something like that and rename this and say that Elvis W contact form, and then click on save. Okay, so now I can embed this. Okay, I can actually embed this, and then I click on use shortcode. I'm going to select this shortcode like this, come back to my page, select this, delete that, and paste that. So now you can see you've been able to create a very simple publish. So let me publish that and see how it is actually going to come out. So I can come now easily and come and say contact form, fill in the details I'm looking for. Then I can say something like web design classes, and then I click on submit. So let's see if it's actually going to work. So if I go back to my email address and I refresh, I think I should be getting that email address ASAP, as soon as possible. So I hope you've been able to understand how to actually get to create a contact form and how to basically customize your homepage or edit your homepage using the Elementor Page Builder. I hope you've been able. How many people can actually now comfortably go ahead and create the about page? How many people can do that? How many people can actually get to do that? Yeah. You please go ahead and do that. It could actually be an amazing thing for you to do. Yeah. So, yeah, you can try it out. I don't know why, but for me, I don't know why. I like Contact Form 7 a lot. I don't know why it has really misbehaved today. Yeah, contact forms. If we click on edit over here, it should not really be misbehaving. Yeah? If I come on ChatGPT and say, I am getting errors with the contact form, it is not working, create something simpler. Then I hit enter. Let's see what we can actually get to create. All right, I'm getting errors with the contact form. Name, email, okay, it has written the code, send message, shortcode placement. So let me copy this. I'm just going to copy that, and then I come and delete all this and paste that. Let me save this, and then I'll come and copy this code and just paste it over here. Apply. Let me click on publish and see how it's actually going to come out. Yeah, so let me refresh this, how it's going to be. So I'll come and put my email address, need help with my website, and then I click on send message. Why is it still misbehaving? I don't understand why it's misbehaving, but anyway, I'll try and look at where the problem could actually be. But I hope now, ladies and gentlemen, you've been able to understand how to do this. I hope it guides you. Like, for example, if you find that you're having errors with your WordPress website, you can always come and change your theme. Like, for example, I can come and change and reset the theme to a different old theme like this one and still retry it again. Because remember, when you're creating a website for a client, you don't want to give them a website that is not functional. So I can come and try and input the details again. Need assistance, need help, to see whether it's actually going to work. Still a problem. But anyway, so that's the problem, might be with the plugin itself. But I hope you are able to understand how to actually get to create the contact form using WordPress. I hope that information is sufficient. And I think up to that point, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our session tonight. If anyone has a question, you can ask your question.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Hongera, amazing.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Paul, for those who hate AI. Mm-hmm. So my question is there any recommendation size for the header and the paragraph when you are writing your content in the website?
I think for me, I would say just make it visible. Just make
Yes.
it visible, but not too big as well as not too small. I don't have a recommended size.
Okay.
Yes.
Another one is, yes, if you're asked to build a hotel website with booking functionality, what are the plugin or themes would you recommend or you have used to build?
If you wanted to have booking functionality, I think you have to probably purchase a premium theme. That's the recommendation I would say. You
Yes.
probably might have to go to Theme Forest.
Yes.
And you will search for, like if you come over here and search for hotel booking theme.
Yes.
If you search for something like that, you'll be able to see the various themes that actually exist. Now you will get something customized that you can use for the hotel now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else with a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
How about the quick links? How do you input them?
Quick links
Yeah.
in the footer. The ones you
No,
find.
like we are building this website from scratch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you input the quick links?
The quick links normally appear on the footer, yeah?
Or they just appear?
No, they
in the
don't
footer.
appear. They don't. I think what you mean. Let me just check. Let me just give you a brief example. I probably don't know if this is what you mean. Like if you scroll down, something like this.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, this
They
is
just appear to
no.
you
have
have
to create
to
them. These ones have to be created. We will still get to this. We'll get to the customization of the footer where you're able to create a footer that is universal across your entire website.
Sawa.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Anyone else with a question? Okay. It's 8:27 p.m. Thank you so much for everyone being in this session tonight. Practice makes perfect. Now, probably before next week, before our session next week, I would like for everyone to probably to have created the About Me this page, the About Me page. Make sure that yours is actually going to be live before next week, before our session next week. So please make sure that yours is created and crafted properly. So I think with that, please just try and do the work. It could actually help you in learning. Yeah. You learn by doing. So yeah. Thank you so much and see you in the next session.